Your live interactive coverage with Good Day Maine will begin soon.
Oh, hi.
Good morning.
Here we are.
Look,
Sorry.
Jeff,
I thought the music was just going to keep going.
there's a stairwell in here that Jeff just walked down.
You would so do that joke. Like, I'm going to go get a pen.
That's so something you would do.
Go down to the basement.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It is so nice to be back here.
Yeah.
We were not here last Friday.
Yes.
Obviously, for very obvious reasons.
It's been a rough week for Maine. That's
yes,
for sure.
it has. But what I have really appreciated this week is it's been a lot of positivity. It's been a lot of, uplifting stories about, showing support for this community of Lewiston and the state of Maine. And that's been really nice to be able to share with people.
Yeah, not just that, but I think a lot of support from everybody we work with here at CBS 13 and Fox 23. We've all had each other's backs with a lot of coverage, and we've all kind of worked together here. And we can talk about teamwork all over the place with the law enforcement, with the medical people, helping out with the wounded and everything. And of course, everyone helping out the victims, the families and friends and everything, which they need so much support.
They do.
And this state, I feel like, is just so close knit as it is, and this just pulls everybody closer together. I feel like, in such like an uncertain, scary time, it's nice to know we've got each other, we've got our community here in Maine, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, you're seeing just so many people rallying around each other, and we have much more on the efforts throughout the week that we've seen, and a special day today. We also have a special guest here with us this morning, so a lot that we want to share with you. But first, Christian, we want to talk about our forecast, and before we talk about that, let's talk about this.
Oh, it's so exciting.
That is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Weather outside is
I posted about this. This is Sugarloaf on my Facebook, and people were going at it. Like, love it, hate it. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready for that much snow.
No, I'm not ready for a big snowstorm yet, but a few flakes I think would be fun. It's just so exciting just to know the season, things are starting to get going here, opening day coming up in about 15 days there at Sugarloaf. Very exciting. They posted a video this morning. All the trails have snow on them now, completely covered. So will not be long before people are skiing. And someone was telling me that they tend to, sometimes if there's an early boost to the season, they'll sneakily open a couple weeks early. So some people are saying that they might open this weekend.
I like
so
it.
we'll see.
A lot of times, if you're a season ticket holder, they'll kind of have an unofficial start of the season.
Soft opening.
You guys are open today?
Right?
Soft opening,
Yeah, and Jeff, have you started bringing out the skis just yet?
I've had my skis in my laundry room and my boots are ready to go. I didn't even put them away.
You're just on standby. You're just on standby.
The end of March last year when I was skiing.
Yeah, that's your favorite time, I know, to go is in March. Yeah, but today, not skiing weather at all.
No, which is fine.
Holding on to some milder temperatures. Today, the warmest day this week. Yay, lots of sunshine. It could not be more beautiful for our Friday. Looking great out there, low 50s for this afternoon. Now, as we head into the weekend, looking great as well. We are going to see a completely dry weekend, which I think so many of us are so happy about. Not 80 degrees like last weekend, but I think we'll take upper 50s and mid 50s for that first weekend of November. Clouds tomorrow morning, sun for the afternoon. Sunday, almost identical. Clouds in the morning, sun in the afternoon. Saturday was my pick of the weekend, though, because it will be a little bit warmer out there. So, yeah, looking pretty great here this weekend. And next week as well, we've been talking about snow. We talked about Sugarloaf. There's potentially some potential for us to see our first flakes next week. We're going to see two storms, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. My eyes are on Thursday for the potential for some snow. Now, on Tuesday, if you're in the mountains, you might get a little bit, but it looks like pretty much all rain for that one. But Thursday, potentially could be some snow out there as well. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that one. It will definitely be colder late next week, even if we don't see any snowflakes out there. But there's the potential. Hopefully, even if it's just nothing sticks, it's always just fun to see those first flakes of the season.
It's so magical.
Yeah.
We love that.
That first snow, even if you hate all the other snow of the season, you got to love that first one,
I agree. Okay, so before we boot Christian out of here so that we can get a little space, we want to introduce our special guest that I teased at the beginning. Say hello to Holly. Here, we'll remove.
Hi, Holly. Hi, Holly. Welcome in.
Frank Morris show. Holly, What are your thoughts about the snow?
No.
You heard us. Okay.
No, no, right off the bat.
No, I respect it though.
Yes.
Hey, we're
I
team
love it.
anti-snow, right?
I'm from Maine, born and bred, winter baby here, but you guys know that when it is time to wake up early in the morning and make your way into the studio, seeing snowflakes and a pile of snow on a car.
And usually plows have not been running as frequently at 2 a.m. when we're heading into work. So it can be a little, gotta have some good tires and a good car for it.
So wait, Holly, you're probably with me on this. We're not team anti-snow, but we're team like this time of the year in the mountains, ready to go skiing, and I want to be able to get out of my driveway, get to work on time.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not anti-snow. I just want it to work with me, not against me.
Exactly. That's right, but it never seems to work with us for some reason.
No, it comes at the most inopportune time. We get a storm on the most fun weekend that you have planned of the entire year. It always is something like that, I feel like.
Oh, but here's the deal. We want it in December, right? Because we want to have a holly jolly Christmas.
Speaking of, Charlie predicted a white Christmas for us this year. So we didn't get one last year because of that horrible Christmas Eve storm. So hopefully this year we can squeeze one in.
Christmas Eve.
I know. And by the way, you can actually watch Charlie's, I believe that's online.
Yes.
It was a winter outlook, right?
Yes, it's the #1 article on our website right now. So if you go there and go to the trending section, it's the top of the list right there.
And he's got a gigantic globe that rolls in like a big bowling ball or whatever. Yeah.
Charlie, he's a pro. Okay. He's got those 3D graphics. He knows what he's talking about. I trust his winter forecast over anybody else's.
Yeah. He said like a February thaw or something too.
Yes.
Or something?
Or 70s in March potentially.
70s in March. We'll take that.
Hey, oftentimes it's such a slog to get to the warm weather. I would love a nice early warm up next spring.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Christian. Well, thank you.
Get out.
Yes.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Glad to have you here, Holly, for your first Friday favorites. Hope to see you again. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes. Love. Hey. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. Wrong genre for Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, not quite classic with the Backstreet Boys just yet.
What was the big rockin' song where, I mean, you had your toes tapping today, you were bobbing your head and getting down? Which one?
I gotta say we had some really good suggestions for Finally Friday songs, and we did "I Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty, and that really
I love
got my mojo
I love
going
Tom
this
Petty.
morning.
Yeah. Well, speaking of songs, let's talk about this. You know, we've obviously been talking about how the past week and a half has just been like hard to even fathom for so many people. And we've also been talking about the show support, not just, you know, people in Maine and beyond, but, you know, across the country, celebrities, you know, offering their support. We have, I believe, look at this. James Taylor showed up at the football game Wednesday night, Lewiston and Edward Little. Usually a rivalry, but they kind of made it more about, you know, let's get the community together.
And Holly, think about all the things they had going on to make this such a special night. Not only did they honor the first responders, both teams came out and they made two lines and had all the first responders come out between them, but they had the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, do a video message, Rob Gronkowski. We had Will Ferrell do a fun.
Will Ferrell.
Yes.
And then when I came into work that morning, I went on WGB.com and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
James Taylor came in to sing the national anthem? I was blown away.
Were you shocked, Holly?
I was shocked. And you know what? I really love and appreciate that, you know, he's a New England native and he kind of just came in very quietly, did his thing, showed his support. There was no, you know, big fanfare around it. He was just there with, you know, that heart to be there with all of us. And you gotta love JT, right?
I know. Just an icon, you know. I didn't expect it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real shocker. And I mean, so many people were talking about it. Like, I remember I left yesterday, people are going, oh, James Taylor really came to the Lewiston football game? I'm like, yes, isn't that so cool?
Yeah, it really, like, it was pretty powerful. And by the way, you know, Lewiston won the game, but of course, you know, it wasn't about that, you know?
Yeah, it was 34-18 in that game. And Lewiston's going on to the playoffs. You know, Edward Little had a tough season. But again, this was all about supporting, all the friends and family, all the victims, all the people hurt that are in the hospital right now. And it was an incredible night.
Yeah, it really, really was. And it is a special day today. We've seen, different, efforts throughout the week to support the community. Today is Love Lewiston Day, which I think is just so wonderful. So yeah, everyone's putting up the blue hearts.
I don't know if I can do it. I'll mess it up.
You got it.
You did it. You did it.
A lot of people wearing blue this week, and especially today. And then, sharing the blue hearts. We have obviously President Biden coming today. So it's a huge day for the community.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it's just a way, like every day there's been a special day for the folks in Lewiston. And the fact that no matter how you stand politically, having the president come to town, and he's not really making a big deal about it. He's meeting privately with the families. There's not some huge event that he's going to have cameras all over the place. I think there's only one camera allowed to shoot any of the stuff that he's going to, and a lot of the meetings with the families are private. So this is just, incredible, the support that's going out, Holly, for everybody in Lewiston.
Absolutely. And, the support, it continues in so many different ways. And it's really, hard that it is something like that is bringing us together, but it's so nice to see Mainers supporting Mainers. And I know that, of course, despite all of the tragic circumstances, we Mainers stand together, and I know that we'll continue to have our hearts open and ready to love. And so, yes, Love Lewiston Day. I absolutely love it. It's such a wonderful thing. And just loving all of the ways that people are really, coming together and trying to do things to make a difference.
You know what I think was cool too? We saw the drone video, or somebody had a picture of Wyndham High School with the Lewiston logo. And I was walking around the Westbrook High School track yesterday. So they had a playoff game Tuesday night there, and they have Lewiston written in the end zones there as well. So all the school sports programs are standing Lewin strong as well.
Yeah, I think that everyone just understands, like, Lewiston needs us, and no matter what age you are, or, what your connection might be, or if you don't have a connection, it's like they need our support right now.
And Holly, not only they need our support, but if something happened in any other of the communities in Maine, we would all help that community out too.
Absolutely, because that's what Maine is all about. Mainers helping Mainers. It's one big small town when you think about the state of Maine, and that's what makes it so incredibly special to live here, to work here, to love here. So it's really so very heartwarming to see everyone come together and be together despite, these incredibly tragic and traumatic circumstances. And, as humans, that's what we need to do. We need to be together. And so I'm so glad that that's happening and that people are finding different ways to be together.
Yeah, I think that is the ultimate thing, is just be together, share stories, cry together, hug each other, anything that you can do, right?
Exactly. And there's no one has a handbook on how to process these sort of things. So you just have to be kind to yourself and others, and be gentle and good, and just try to keep your heart open and try to love as much as you can.
And to be honest with you, we both have been in media for a long time, and just to hear the people that have come out, like these, we're talking about the people that had friends or family, killed in this, and they're coming out and talking to us to share their stories. And I had a tough time just listening to some of them. How we do it here, it's like sometimes I can't even listen because I might break down or something. So sometimes it's better for me not even to pay attention to what they're saying. But so many people were coming out and just talking about how special their family or friend, and then we're finding out the heroism as well of some of the people inside the restaurant and in the bar and the bowling alley.
It's hard for everyone, Holly, to process, what happened, and then to hear the stories too.
Right. And I think, it's very important for everyone out there watching today to realize that there are people out there that you can speak to if you are having, any sort of difficulties. NAMI Maine does an excellent job. We actually had someone on our show last week to help give us some guidance about, different lines to call. They have a crisis team that will come to you directly. So you are not alone. You are loved. And, we can get through all of these hard things together.
What was amazing too was seeing the support dogs. I don't know if you saw those pictures. I kind of want to try to find a couple photos to share because let's see if I can do
yes,
this.
Any sort of, well, that I got to say, if you have a furry friends, I know that you have an adorable kitty at home.
I do. Yeah. And you as a pet owner, right, the impact, and just like having your own animal. But then you see these adorable animals.
the dogs are just so incredible, and oh my gosh, look at that.
Look at that. Hi, buddy.
What was the first one we
You
showed?
go back to the first one.
Go back to that first
Okay.
one. If this doesn't like get you in a better mood and make you feel a bit better, that first dog right there.
Hi. Look
man.
at that. That's just like one of those other like heartwarming things, you know, and you just imagine that could at least, you know, offer a tiny bit of maybe a smile, you know, during those dark times.
And how about that? We've talked to a few people that, you know, last night, you know, we had the one of the fathers of one of the victims talk that how many cards he's received from people he doesn't even know from all around the world. Just so the support now it's just not just in Maine, not just in New England, not just the United States, but all over the world.
Yeah. And so, you know, we're going to continue our coverage on Love Lewiston Day throughout the day today. Of course, the president's visit as well. We do want to talk about some other topics that have been a bit controversial potentially this week, but in a fun way. When do you start decorating for Christmas? I feel like once the calendar turns to November, it's like a free-for-all.
So what do you think? So which one of us three decorates the earliest? I mean, with a name like Holly, come on, you got right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this year I might start early. I feel like this might be the year that I kind of cave and do it before Thanksgiving.
Oh, it just almost like threw Jeff off. I didn't know you were like actually leaning on it.
Just lowered the desk
because I feel like we have a lot of headroom. I agree. I don't know. I always just kind of see where my head's at. What am I feeling like, you know, this season? And I'm so ready. So this morning we were talking about the Starbucks holiday flavors. I already got my chestnut praline. You got the sugar cookie. Christian got the peppermint mocha. Like we're all over it. So I feel like as long as it's November, it's never too early.
Yeah, you know what? And I say whatever makes you happy. If you're not hurting anyone or anything, you go for it and you put that Christmas tree up. Heck, if you want to have a Halloween Christmas tree, more power to you.
I've seen that before, actually.
And all I do is I look at the kids and I go, "What do you think? You want to do it? Let's do it. All right, rock on."
That's because
who cares?
You have helper elves. You know, I got to do most of the stuff myself.
So, Holly, let's talk about this whole Oreo. I'm going to pull up just some of the
shot glass.
You have the details on this Oreo thing.
I do.
Isn't it like a cup made out of cookies, right?
No.
They're actually. Oreo is encouraging people to start decorating early.
That's
Remember,
right.
They'll waive the HOA fee or something.
They're paying like $100,000 or something.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be awarding $100,000 in prizes to 100 lucky fans who share photos of their early decorating. So they are saying that if you do this, you can enter between now and Friday, November 17th. So they want to see it before Thanksgiving. And all you have to do is obviously tag at Oreo. And then there's the hashtag holiday Oreo allowance or Oreo sweepstakes, if you can't remember the full holiday Oreo allowance.
If that's not a reason to start decorating early, win some money for Christmas shopping, I don't know what is.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we got Travis saying day after Thanksgiving. We've got Rosie Sampson, my mom, who says Thanksgiving weekend. Hi, Mom. Miss you. Love you. Travis says before is too early, I think. But Travis, what if money's involved? You know, I mean,
money to buy cookies.
Yes.
And then this is a good one from Joe. How about when do you want to start hearing Mariah Carey's Christmas song? I don't know. I
don't want to hear that until after Thanksgiving.
Especially with your work, right? I mean, you probably hear it nonstop.
I mean, look, it is a classic. Love Mariah.
Love her.
Honey, I gotta wait until at least after I've consumed all of the turkey, so I can maybe
respect it
through.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I mean, we've been walking around the stores and they've had Christmas decorations in since like August. I walked into Home Depot. Home Depot's had Christmas stuff up since like it seems like again like August or something.
It's a bit disturbing. Yeah, I will say. That's too early. That's too early.
I mean, it's like Santa Claus is hanging out with the Grim Reaper, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
It's
they're having
confusing.
A party.
It's too confusing.
They're just comparing notes, you know?
Right. They're doing a
naughty
list.
And a giant inflatable turkey's hanging out with him too.
I know.
That's right.
Well, here's another question. I had this up on Twitter as well, or X. When do you have you turned the heat on yet?
I've only turned the heat on because we have different zones in our home.
Yep.
Only in the bedroom.
Okay.
Because I can't have a cold nose when I go to sleep.
I like it cold in the room when I'm sleeping.
I like it chilly, but I don't want my nose to be frozen.
That shouldn't happen.
So she's ready to play some Glenn Fry. The heat is on. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
The heat is on. Yes.
Totally.
I actually broke down. It was funny, Holly. There was one day my kids were in the house, and all of a sudden they all looked at me and he goes, "For God's sakes, Dad, can we turn the heat on?"
And you were like, "Put on a sweater."
Yeah, exactly.
Sweater weather.
And then I actually thought about it. I'm like, it really is cold in here. And so finally I broke down. I've had the heat on for like 2 days now.
Okay.
All right.
I turned it on November 1st.
You waited then. I was like mid-October. I was like, nah, I'll just do. I didn't tell my husband. I was like, and then he was like, oh, like, is the heat on? And I was like, yes. But I was sick also. So that's my excuse.
I was just cold, so I turned it on.
I was sick and cold.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun, Holly. Thank you so much for joining us. Loving it.
And by the way, Holly, for the folks that don't know where they can find it, tell us about your morning show, what time you're on, where your co-host is, and all that other fun stuff. But for the folks that don't, but all the folks that have fortunately have been listening to the Frank Morning Show.
Well, you can find me on your radio dial on 107.5 FM. You can also stream us online at 1075frank.com. We've got a free app. And you can join me weekday mornings from 5:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. And I'm also on Saturday mornings as well if you don't get enough of me those 5 days a week. And yes, right now it's just me hanging out in the studio. My pal Rick Johnson, who has been my trusty co-host for a while, he gets to be a trophy husband, as I like to say. He is on a European extravaganza. He and his wife are living abroad for a year. I think right now they are currently in their final spot because they were going from like Spain to Italy. And now they're in Split, Croatia.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It looks amazing. And every day he posts pictures. I just want to.
I'm going to follow him so I can see live vicariously through him.
And I've heard Croatia is incredible. Yeah. I've had several friends travel there. I'm like, what? That's Croatia?
Yeah.
Well, he made the mistake of telling me that the apartment that they're renting has an extra bedroom. So I was like, see you soon, buddy.
Yep. Knock, knock.
So wait a minute, once he gets back, do you get to go on a year-long vacation then?
Right.
I don't know where I'd want to go other than Maine for a whole year, you know? I'd miss my family too much.
Yeah.
Oh, and my dog and my cat.
Well, yeah. When you think about the pets.
Well, shout out to your dog. What's your pet's names?
Okay, so I have Eleanor Rigby. She's 16.
Okay.
And she's still a really feisty little girl. And then we actually just adopted a dog from a rescue out of, I believe, the Oxford area called Pulled from the Pits. And his name is Rush, after the band.
Nice. Love Rush.
And he is going to be 5 months old on Sunday. And we actually just got his doggy DNA results back. And I'm so excited because apparently he has distant relatives that I am hoping we can meet. One lives in New Hampshire. Apparently he is 30% American Pit Bull Terrier, 100% good dog.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say we got the DNA back and we've actually proved that he is definitely a Rush fan.
There we go.
I don't know if he is. We actually got him a vintage Rush t-shirt.
Yeah. Cute.
But he does not like wearing clothes, apparently.
That's fair. I don't blame the guy, you know? Oh, well, this has been so much fun. And we can't wait to see what we end up chatting about next week.
Yeah, and you know what we're going to have to do is once we're off the air at 9, we can like put a request in. Maybe she can play a couple of tunes for us.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
We will.
Yes.
That'll
I love
be
it.
Fun. Awesome. Well, have a great weekend, Holly. Thanks for joining us. And to everybody tuning in, we're thinking about you, and it's Love Lewiston Day. So just do something nice for someone else. Send some love out to the Lewiston community.
Yeah. And Lewiston strong too.
Yes. Bye.